Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Hey, welcome to another edition, a beautiful edition of Lyle Style Show. We're back again with the royalty of Motown. Y'all, we talked to them earlier in the show. Now they're back again to talk to us a little bit about what's going on in the Motown legacy and what Sherry's doing and what Robert Gordy Jr. doing. So, hey, it's going to be a good show. Welcome, Sherry, Robert, welcome back to the Lyle Style Show. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Lyle. Thanks for having us.
Oh, my goodness. A pleasure, a mighty pleasure to have y'all. I am going to be looking forward to one of these days meeting both of y'all in person and maybe bringing the Lyle Style Show down there to y'all stage one day.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm looking forward to maybe one day meeting both of y'all in person.
Oh,
you,
yes,
Robert.
absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, and maybe, doing the interview live, on Sherry Gordy Presents one day. Well, so I know it's going to take off.
That would be excellent.
I know it's going to take off out there in Vegas. I've never been to Vegas, so this is an excuse for me to actually go down there.
Really?
No, I've never been to Vegas.
Where are you right now?
We're in Iowa.
Iowa,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, Iowa City, Iowa, the home of the Hawkeyes, football, and the University of Iowa hospitals and all that type of stuff, though. But
That's really close.
Yeah,
you really need to get here.
Hey, you have to. You know what? If you take your show again out into the country, you got to make a stop here in Iowa because it gets a lot of talented people out in Iowa to do a show out here, and then that would be great. Boy, I will be there in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
That'll be, so that'll be
You'll
good.
have us.
Without a share. Come on now. Ooh, we have to make that happen. I'll make it happen. Really, I'll make it happen. though. But
Okay.
but the first part of the show, first half, we was talking to you a little bit about what you're doing, and with the, like you said, you was in the real estate, and, a broker, that type of stuff, and you kind of transitioned went into doing what you're doing as far as comedy acting. Do you have anything about going back into comedy? You're getting more comedians on what you're doing, because that's what you like.
That's part of our show. Sherry Gordy Presents Take the Stage. It's for all artists. Comedians. Poets, dancers, singers, musicians. So we love comedy. Love comedy.
Oh.
It's just fantastic. We just went to see Mike Epps, was he here last week in Las Vegas?
Oh, really?
So we're up. Yeah, so we're always going to the comedy shows.
Oh, yeah. He should be the one to come on your show, Larry. Sherry Gordy Presents. He'd be a good act to follow.
Well, yeah, they're all invited. We'd love to have them all.
I know, but you have a comedian in your midst too, Robert Gordy Jr. That's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. Like I said, we got a lot of funny people in our family. My dad is a funny guy, and
in fact, Robert Gordy Jr., my cousin, he used to call my dad the funny man.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. When I was a little kid,
okay,
you got to remember the Gordy family used to have big family gatherings, especially around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the earliest memories I had, about 5 or 6 years old, I had to have some surgery on my eye to correct one of my eyes. So I was real withdrawn and kind of sensitive around that time. I remember a Christmas gathering of the Gordy family at Pop Gordy's house.
Uh-huh.
And big tree. And it was really the first time I realized that there was a guy named Barry Gordy who was my uncle, who was my father's brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he was standing in front of the tree, and he's like, okay, now we're going to give gifts to all the kids in the family, of course, all of my little cousins, and his kids were excited. And he would go under the tree, and he would pick up the present and then call out somebody's name. They would come and get it or something. And one moment, I remember this, he reached back, picked up a package, he said, "Oh, wow, this is for little Robbie." That's what they used to call me, little Robbie. You know, of course, my little 6-year-old eyes lit up. What do we have here? This is for little Bobby, you know. And it was from my Aunt Lucy.
Okay.
And it was a big Lionel train set.
Oh, yeah.
Which blew my mind, because they were giving most of the kids like little gifts of money and everything, a little money, but she went out of her way because they knew I had all these medical problems and everything. She went out of her way, gave me this Lionel train set. But I remember he was standing in front of that tree. He was saying some of the funniest jokes, and us as kids, we were just cracking up. And I remember years later, when somebody said, "Do you remember the first time you realized you had an uncle named Barry Gordy?" And it reached way back into my mind. I said, yeah. I remember that day during Christmas. And I didn't know his name. I didn't know who he was. I just thought of him as the funny man. He was the funny man. And over the years, he was like, his family gathering or other gatherings with his friends or workers at Motown, he would always be the most animated, the most, really involved in telling stories and just cracking everybody up. And that's another thing I remember about the early days at the Hitsville studio, when people say, "Do you remember some of the things that happened?" I remember, because of the joy of these men that were creating all this music, Barry Gordy made sure everybody came to work, the men in suit and tie or sports coat, the women in office attire, very professional. I was in the hallways in Hitsville studio going past the receptionist down into the studio, and I remember several times people like Levi Stubbs and a couple of the other guys in the Four Tops, Obie Benson and Lawrence Payton, a couple of the Temptations, and Smokey, or some of the Brian or Eddie Howell, and they'd be standing in the hallway, and they would be talking, but they would be cracking jokes, trying to out-joke somebody else, And I'm a little kid. They used to call me Little Bobby, and "Hey, Little Bobby," Duke Fakir and things. But I remember grown men, men look like giants to little kids. These grown men in suit and tie, and they just loved to laugh. There was a lot of laughter and a lot of joy, and they were just really men. My father worked for the post office for 9 years. So Detroit was a city of strong work ethics. You worked for either General Motors, Ford, or Chrysler, it was an industrial town. But that transferred over to strong work ethics. Everybody worked, everybody was proud to work. And it was a very progressive city in the late 50s, early 60s. But now these men and women would come to Motown, and Barry Gordy and Pop Gordy and my dad, they kind of ran Hitsville like a military operation. Everybody had to clock in, with the time card, do your 8 hours, and then clock out, and you go home, and then the next shift would come in. And like I said, they had that Hitsville studios running 24 hours a day for years, good 10, almost 15 years.
Wow.
Like I said, the strong work ethic, because some of these guys, they work for the post office, they work for all different, type of industries around Detroit. But even the Gordy family, they were known as people with strong work ethics, very entrepreneurial, very business-oriented, from the Gordy women to the Gordy men. And then that transferred and translated to everybody that kind of, galvanized around him. And, from all the way, the secretaries and, assistants, and, everybody sold that legacy. We were aware of it. Now, when we grew up, we kind of were a little out there, as far as, the changing world, So, but I worked for General Motors for a time in the late 70s, which I was very proud of, to have gotten a job, not necessarily on production, but in an apprentice journeyman position for the journeyman die making. So I worked there. If that had not, if Detroit, the auto industry hadn't gone down in 1979, who knows? I may never have left Detroit.
There you go.
And eventually went to Los Angeles and worked for the family business for about 7-8 years. Because I was making good money at General Motors. I was getting ready to be a journeyman and would have been making, $50 to, $70, $80 an hour. But that's how good a life people had in Detroit. And some people, I heard Smokey Robinson gave an interview one time, and he said, only in Detroit could a Barry Gordy have come up because of the nature of what was going on in Detroit. With the auto industry, it was a very prosperous city. Detroit had the largest percentage of black homeowners of anywhere outside of the South. They said probably Atlanta, Georgia, but Detroit was a very prosperous environment. So what happens when you get men and women who have great jobs, they can feed their kids, send them to decent schools? Now you don't have to focus on just the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. You can focus more on the arts, on culture. And that's what happened in Detroit. Detroit was a very cultural hub, great art museums, and great legacy of jazz music. So Detroit, because of the school systems, the public schools, the Catholic schools, a lot of those kids were strongly into music, they were strongly into art, they were strongly into culture. Detroit at one time was known as the Paris of the Midwest. So this is the environment that Sherry and I came up under. Thank God Sherry's mom, phenomenal woman, Gina Jackson. She came up as one of the secretaries of Motown, and then she branched off into promotion and marketing. Motown would send Gina all over the country to meet with the program directors and the radio directors, and she promoted and made sure that a lot of Motown music got on the radio. And so all the employees of Motown to this day remember Gina Jackson. But Sherry came in that environment. Gina was a strong disciplinarian. She didn't want Sherry to come up under all of that, snobbish, spoiled bratness of, Hollywood kids. And, when Motown started moving toward Hollywood, Gina made sure Sherry got her education. So for years, it was 10, 15, almost 20 years, I didn't see Sherry. But when I finally saw her again in the early 90s, I talked to her on the phone one time when the first one I said, this is a white girl. She sounded so proper, She sounded so proper, so articulate. And then when I ran into her, she said, I'm studying for my real estate license. This was like 1990, 91. And I would come visit her and her mom, and she would be studying, Sorry, cuz, can't talk to you right now. I said, okay, I'll be back. And then she took the real estate test, and she called people and said, I passed the real estate exam. I'm a real estate. We celebrated. We had a party. But then she got down to business. She was a spirit. She wasn't concerned about the record company, the record business. She focused on real estate.
Wow.
She had a couple of jobs when she worked for one of the top real estate agents in Beverly Hills. Elaine Young, the real estate agent to the stars. Elaine Young was the wife or ex-wife of Gig Young, the great Hollywood actor.
Oh, okay,
and Elaine Young was like multi-millionaire real estate broker, and Sherry worked for her. So she got top-level experience in the real estate market, and then branched off and became a broker and ran her own companies, a few different companies, became vice president of another, and was a big executive at a big company called Ames Home Loan. But we saw this as her cousin. We said, wow, look at her. And so she wasn't one of those spoiled Hollywood brats, snobby. She was very street, very down to earth, very street knowledge, but very intelligent and got her education and things like that. And so this is why I say, she has a certain level of brilliance. A lot of people don't understand. They literally dragged her and begged her to get back into the entertainment business. And that's when she started her comedy show in 2002. So that's got to be almost like 15 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time. Now,
there.
wow. Hey, Robert, that's wonderful. You got some good stories, man. I must say that. And with you know what? One thing about you, Robert, I want to say this. You remind me of Cuba Gooding Jr. You kind of favor him. When I look at you, I think about that guy, Cuba Gooding Jr. You know what I'm talking about?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a very dynamic person. I had a couple conversations with him.
Did you?
And I said, this guy is more long-winded than I am.
I know.
That guy was a dynamic person. And then he would tell me stories. He said, I went golfing with your dad. He would tell me that he met my dad, or Barry, or Smokey on the golf course.
Right.
And he was just extremely competitive.
Yes, he is. Yes,
he was always talking about he tried to compete with my dad. He couldn't compete with my dad.
There you go, man. Yeah, that's what you favor, man.
My whole thing was the dynamic nature of Sherry, where she comes from, her roots,
yes,
her legacy from her father. She has that tunnel vision. She has that vision like her father, where she can perceive talent and is very, strict, strong-willed. She ran her show almost like a military operation, and we had to, disassociate ourselves from a lot of people who turned out to not be as professional as we needed to be, because that was the legacy of Motown, the professionalism, the discipline, So my focus would be, you should definitely talk to Sherry a little bit about that aspect of her personality. She's a philanthropist, but she's a very focused professional businesswoman.
Oh, wow.
An entrepreneur.
Okay.
So you all need to let your listening audience and people watching your show, how dynamic of a human being she is. She wasn't caught up in all of that hoopla of all that Hollywood stuff,
Right.
But very focused, but, focused on entertainment, fun, joy, bringing joy back to the people like her father did for all those many years. That's what the legacy she wants to bring back. She's not trying to do something like a Motown. She calls the show Inspired by Motown, but we're doing new things. We're talking about new talent. We got so many bands and artists here in Las Vegas, the city of entertainment, and they've all come through Sherry's show.
Oh, wow.
They've all been dominant to her. All the great bands, all the great singers in Las Vegas and all over the country came and appeared on her show. She's had TV shows. She's had TV production companies that came to her show and produced 5 or 6 TV shows, and we had live streaming all over the world.
Wow. Wonderful,
Yeah,
Robert.
Mary Wilson, I forgot. She came like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, real Mary Wilson? Wow. She did? I mean, look, Sherry, you like I said, like Robert was saying, that you're really professional in how you started off in the real estate, and then from real estate, you got involved, and you really put your all into whatever you do. It seemed to me like you put your all into whether it be real estate,
Well, everything I do, I put my all into it. I just, just totally just put everything into it. All my guts.
Yeah, and what a beautiful thing that you do. And like what Robert's saying, like you're focusing on a different direction for your show. I mean, I always call y'all Motown royalty because you are, but you're doing something a little bit different. But what you're not, tell us a little bit about the different direction that you're going to besides the Motown sound.
Well, we're inspired by Motown, and there's all sorts of, Prince wasn't with Motown, but we do Prince stuff. We do, you know, whatever anybody wants to do, you know, when they come and sing, they can sing, because Prince was inspired by Motown.
Yes, he
I
was.
mean, so many artists were inspired by Motown. And, you know, so we try to, you know, Barry White, he was not a Motown artist, but we do, you know, just all the different artists. So all the music, we have Latin music, we had Escovedo family, you know, Paris Escovedo, you know, Sheila cousin, and he's played on the show many a times.
She did opera.
Oh, opera.
Right.
These are people that did opera.
Thomas, right, yeah.
Thomas, yeah.
Wow, opera. Okay.
So,
yeah.
Wow, that's totally different.
Jazz ensembles come onto the show.
Oh, shoot,
Right.
shoot. Now, tell me, so how would someone go about trying to audition for your show to get on your show?
Well, they would just show up, and so, you know, we tell everybody it's not amateur night, it's not karaoke, you have to, you know, be really good, and if you're not, we had a guy, you know, Clown Peanut, Lawrence Harris, we named him Clown Peanut, and he'd come and dance you off the stage, and we had a Black Elvis who'd come and dance you off the stage, so it's very embarrassing to do, you know, I feel so,
All in fun. All in fun.
yes,
Yeah.
all in fun and
Yeah.
love. We're not trying to embarrass anybody, but if they're out of key,
Yeah.
our music director, Skip Rice, he's he's gonna stop this music.
Oh, boy,
You know,
it's something like being
and
an
then
Apollo.
People would beg me. Some people would beg me. You know, they'd say, "Please don't let that Black Elvis come out on me." And I said, "Okay, I promise." And I would tell the band, "Don't do it. These people are so nice. Don't do it to them." And they do it anyway. I said, "Oh no!" So you better play game. You better, you know, like I said, it's not karaoke and it's not amateur night.
Right,
you know,
there you go. You gotta know how to sing. You gotta know how to sing as people sing, but you gotta know how to sing sometimes. You know, so.
And I'll never forget the first person that we clowned. It was terrible. It was a comedian.
A comedian.
And he would knock it off the stage. And and security had to come. I mean, it was really bad. I said, no. And so I had to talk to the guy, and I said, no, it's all love and fun. And, you know, if you get people, you know, everybody started out like that. You gotta come with your A game.
Right.
You gotta come with your A game.
You comedian, you gotta be funny. You gotta be funny.
Yeah,
you gotta make people laugh.
People gotta laugh.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm really hardcore. I mean, I have to be dying laughing with tears.
Oh.
You gotta be really funny with me because I love comedy.
Well, now, are you good friends with Eddie Murphy, or have you seen him or talked? Because I admire him.
No, I'm not good friends with him. No.
I admire him. I mean, I admire his.
But I love him. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, he's one of my favorite, you know, comedians. I mean, I have probably 25 favorites, and he's definitely on that list for sure. I loved his movies, and
Who was the guy you had on, Sherry? He's a real big comedian. He does all the sound effects.
Oh.
Jay Lamont.
Jay Lamont.
Jay Lamont. Ooh-wee.
Is he good?
He is fantastic.
Oh shoot. He does sound effects.
Also, Sherry, when she was doing her comedy show, she was one of the first people that really showcased J.B. Smooth.
Oh, yeah.
He really exploded. Back 15 years ago, J.B. Smooth appeared on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Also Ray.
Yes, I heard.
Lonnie Love, she has her own television show now.
Yes.
Yep, she was.
So
She opened the show
wait a
for
minute.
me.
So they started on your show, started on your show then?
Well, I don't know. They didn't start on my show because they were already, you know, established. But because we used also established comedians,
Right.
But you know, back then. But now, you know, Bonnie Love has her own show.
Yes.
J.B. Smooth, he's on House Husbands.
Yeah.
So, and he was hilarious.
Oh, he is
They
funny.
all were just really hilarious.
Oh my goodness, he's funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they all were so hilarious. I mean, you just never know who's going to be famous. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So that's what I love. That's what I love to do. You know, like to see them go on with their career.
Yeah.
You know, and then the thing about our show is, you know, Take the Stage. Sherry Gordy Presents Take the Stage. We opened up in a, like a less than desirable neighborhood, like the hood, so to speak.
Okay.
And so it made me so happy because the people, they live here in Las Vegas, but they can't afford to get to the Strip. The shows are extremely expensive there. And so they got to see all these legends. I mean, my father's been to the show 3 times at least.
Oh, wow.
And to meet and we took pictures with everybody, and we shook hands and we met all the people, and that's what made me keep coming back. When I would talk to somebody and they would say, thank you for coming to our community. We have never had anything like this ever, and we are so grateful to you.
That's a good thing.
And that is what kept me coming back because, a lot of times I didn't want to do it because it's really hard, to do a show and all the different personalities and the backstabbing and the lies and the, stuff like that. But, behind the scenes stuff. But those people that really loved and was so appreciative of bringing something like that to their community. And then we got about 85 awards all the way up to the United States, White House, from the United States senators and congressmen and women. We have about 85, commendations, and so we did that in their towns. You know what I mean? So it really, we want to hope that we feel like we contributed to that community, put them on the map, so to speak. The Fiesta Hotel.
Oh, you
which
have?
is owned by the station, so we put them on the map. And I have 2 Sherry Gordy days here. I had one in Las Vegas and one in North Las Vegas, and it's just, and we were so proud to present those awards on display, and people got to touch them and take pictures with them, and that is what made me want to do that.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for you to have your name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, young lady. I'm waiting for that to happen. That's what I'm waiting for right there. I'm waiting when that happens. I have to come down to California to see that. That'll be a good thing for you because you, like I said, you're royalty in the Motown sound, and everybody say Motown, they think of Berry Gordy, the Berry Gordy family, and my mom grew up. My mom, she lives in Detroit. She's a retired school teacher in Detroit, and she loves Motown. And y'all got Hitsville out there, the museum, and Sherry. We got 3 minutes left before we have to interview, but it's just really a pleasure to talk to you and Robert because when you talk about things that's going on back in the day and how y'all came up, and you being a younger generation and what you're doing, and you're still carrying on the Motown legacy in a positive way.
Absolutely.
That is
right.
I love it.
And we wouldn't do it any other way. If it can't be positive, and we don't want to do it. It's got to be. It's not just my legacy; it's your legacy also. I mean, it's your grandparents, your grandmother and grandfather, and it's all of our legacy. So we want to keep it, positive.
Oh, definitely. I have records. I have an album with Motown. What'd you say, Robert?
Yeah, what she said about being positive and optimistic and professional and like the golden rule, love one another.
Yes.
And, Sherry ran her show for 3 years, but she's been doing things in the community. And we had a conversation the other day, saying that people need to be more professional. You might not get along, and all kind of, but be professional, We've had to, disassociate with a lot of people.
Right.
Not a lot of people.
Right.
But a few people who were just very unprofessional and rude and, backstabbing and resentful and bitter. I mean, this is the Princess of Motown. She's Berry Gordy's daughter.
Right.
She was born into this.
Right.
Now, how are you going to be rude and bitter, resentful, jealous, and envious of somebody that was born into something?
Right.
You should want to grab hold and associate yourself with people in the best positive way. And then if you find out that you can't really go forward in business, at least stay a civilized, a respectful, person, a gentleman and a lady.
Right. But you know what?
You know, in business, even in Motown, you found that, you know, that you couldn't go get along with people, and then people would want to resent you and talk about you and backstab, and then talk about you in a bad light.
Yeah, I understand that.
As you can see, Motown kept going.
Yeah, you have. But we got 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds left for the interview. But hey, Robert Gordy Jr., man, you said it all, what you just said. And I want to thank both of you. Sherry, I want to thank you for being a guest on my show. Robert, man, you're a beautiful person. You got stories to tell. I wish I had 2 hours.
Now, we're going to hold you to it.
Yes.
Don't be waiting until we have an interview.
Okay.
Call us and check on us.
I will.
Give a big shout out to Lillian Rice for setting it all up. Thank you, Lillian.
Okay, yes.
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you. And Robert, thank you again. I'll call you, man. I'm going to call you, and we're going to talk a little bit.
You better. And you better come down here and see us, too.
Okay. Hey, hey, I will. I will. Thank you. Hey, Sherry, again, thank you again.
God bless you, Lyle. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you, Robert. And we will talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. Okay?
All right.
Thank you so much, Lyle. Thank you for having us on. It was a tremendous pleasure.
Okay. God bless
Bye-bye.
you. Yep. Bye-bye now. Take care. You know, hey, people are talking to the great icons, the royalty of Motown, Sherry Gordy and Robert Gordy Jr. They're beautiful people. What he said, be positive, think positive, do things positive. And again, Denzel Washington, I'm sorry for bumping you again off the show, but man, I'm going to get you next time, man. So with that saying, keep styling and profiling, and I will see y'all next time on the Lyle Style Show. Bye.